Getting fired is gut-wrenching, but getting fired unfairly, that's a whole other level. If you've been shown the door and don't even know where to start, I'm going to walk you through the exact first steps you need to take so that you don't lose your case before it even begins. I'm Regina Molden. I'm an employment lawyer and an employee advocate. I have been practicing law for over 25 years. I've helped hundreds of people navigate terminations, discrimination claims, and workplace retaliation. If you've been fired and your gut is telling you something's not right, don't panic, but do act quickly because the clock starts ticking the moment you're let go. First, let's clear something up. Not every firing you feel is unfair is legally wrongful. Wrongful termination usually means your firing violated a law or contract or public policy. A few common examples. You were fired because of your race, gender, age, religion, disability, or other protected class. Or you were fired in retaliation for reporting discrimination, harassment, wage violations, or unsafe work conditions. Perhaps you were put on a PIP or otherwise disciplined shortly after complaining. Those are dead giveaways that you're dealing with retaliation. If it's just because your boss doesn't like you or your personality clashes, that's unfair, true, but not always illegal. From the moment you're let go, even before then, you should start thinking like an investigator. Save any termination letter or email. Download copies of your performance reviews or any write-ups. Keep text messages, emails, or DMs that show the real reason behind your firing. Make a timeline. Include when things happened, who was involved, and what was said. And keep all this information at home, away from the office. Why? Because your memory will fade, but your paper trail won't. And in court or with the EEOC, documentation is your best friend. Employers sometimes hand you paperwork the day you're fired, severance agreements, releases, or NDAs, and they expect you to sign immediately. You shouldn't do that. That signature could mean you're giving up your right to sue or file a complaint. Always get legal advice before you sign anything. Even a small severance might not be worth giving up a strong case. Apply for unemployment benefits right away. Being fired doesn't automatically disqualify you, and sometimes employers fight it, but you can appeal. At the same time, talk to an employment lawyer. A lot of them will offer free consultations or contingency arrangements. So if you don't have any money, you won't have to pay anything unless and until the lawyer wins for you. If you think discrimination or retaliation was involved, you may need to file a claim with the EEOC or your state agency. The deadline for that can be short, and it is unforgiving. You can go to the EEOC website at eeoc.gov. There are certain requirements, and this is something that I can't tell you how important filing with the EEOC in a timely manner is. You'll lose your right to sue if you miss that deadline. So make sure that you're on top of that. If you've been wrongfully terminated and fought back, I'd appreciate it if you would share your experience in the comments. You never know when your story might help someone else. And as I say to all my clients, this too shall pass. All day, every day, I deal with people who have been fired. And I get to see them when they first come through the door and they're at their lowest. But I also have the pleasure of seeing them at the end. And a lot of times they end up being much better off as a result of leaving the company. Even though they didn't leave the way they wanted to, a lot of times things work out for the best. So hang in there and know that you'll get through this.